Hey everybody, how's it going? Bill Butler here with another thrilling, exciting, amazing edition of the Melrose. That's the whole key. Of the Melrose Scoop. We're on the campaign trail here with our friend of the show,
howdy everybody,
Paul Brodeur, who is running for mayor.
Indeed.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's an exciting time, and Melrose certainly is an exciting time in my life. A little bit scary, a little bit exciting.
Well, yeah, let's talk about that. So, state rep.
Yep.
Legislator, very successful.
Thank you.
Long run. How many terms?
I'm in my ninth year.
Ninth year.
So it's my fifth term.
Okay. 5 terms, and you're running for mayor.
Right.
Like, what inspired that change?
Well, you know, there's kind of 2 reasons for it. There's the kind of the selfish reason. I grew up here, and it's, you know, kind of a small town, even though it's a city. And to be the mayor of your hometown, the place that you grew up, that kind of built you, I like to say, forgive some of my sins and everything else along the way. The chance to have that role and to lead the city personally is really, really important. I don't think that's a reason necessarily people should vote for me. It shows passion, but it doesn't show why I'd be good at it. The other reason I'm running is because I think I'd be really good at it. I've spent 9 years in the Board of Aldermen before I went to the legislature. I know a lot about what makes this place tick and about how to make government work for people. And we're at a time with a lot of big changes coming along.
Yep.
How we manage housing, how are we going to maintain our great downtown, how are we going to continue the momentum that we have in our schools. So all that stuff, you know, I'm a customer, I've lived it, my kids are in the system, there's 4 generations of Brodeurs here. It matters deeply to me how the city succeeds in the future.
Yeah, yeah. And you've been out campaigning a lot recently.
Yes,
you're out there, you're knocking on doors,
A lot of that.
talking to a lot of people, a lot of organizations. I know it's hard to boil it down to like one issue, but what is an issue that you keep hearing popping up that's really important to Melroseians, and then kind of what's your plan to address that?
I mean, you're right. It is super hard because the most interesting thing about going door to door is there's no single answer to the question. Everyone has things that are their priorities, their, what kind of makes them tick, or what they see as a problem or an opportunity. What I think, I'd say one thing about process and maybe one thing about policy or vision. Kind of opening up the process. What we saw during the override campaign was a lot of concern, people on all sides of that issue about how can I get good information? How can I know what's going on? And can I trust the information? Can I trust my city government? That we need to fulfill that need. We need to open up the process and make sure that people feel that they have a seat at the table, that their concerns are being heard, and that they don't always necessarily get what they want, but they feel like the government is being responsive to their needs, desires. In terms of all the other stuff, the schools are a very important thing, as a realtor, how much that drives property value and how important it is intrinsically for our kids. And we want to make sure each kid gets the best education we can provide. In terms of like the economic vision, I think we have a real opportunity to lead in terms of raising up our arts and culture community, kind of branding that as part of the Melrose scene, because I think that will drive a lot more development, welcoming in new businesses that thrive on the foot traffic that creates, and that generates opportunities for growth, for easing the municipal budget strain. There's just a lot we can do there. I'm excited to be a part of that.
Mm-hmm. And how does your background kind of help you deal with these things, you think, than someone else who doesn't have your background?
Sure. A lawyer by training. Lawyers aren't always the most popular people in the world, but the law.
Kind of like realtors.
Exactly, exactly right. But law is the language of government, so it's important to be able to be conversant in that. There's nothing that I kind of haven't gone through, or my family hasn't gone through, that people sometimes need help with, that I haven't experienced on a very personal level, be it higher ed, opioid crisis, being able to afford to stay in the community, those kinds of things make a difference to everyone. And it's important to take that to heart. Now, anyone can do that, but I've also had the opportunity as a rep and as an alderman and in some of my other public service. I was a prosecutor for a while, worked in health services a lot, is to know where the answers are. Sometimes it's pushing the right button in the bureaucracy,
Right.
finding where the grant money might be. Sometimes it's building a big, huge program to address a need that's out there, like paid family medical leave. I've had the opportunity to do all that, not by myself. No one ever gets anything done by themselves, but bringing in people with a lot of different perspectives and doing the best job we can for people.
In the most efficient way possible, it seems
Ideally,
like, with
yep.
that background.
Yep.
Yeah. Excellent. So how can people get involved with your effort in your community?
So kind of the cool thing about politics, particularly at this level, is any one person can have an enormous influence. I think sometimes you feel like, they watch the presidential stuff and they're like, oh, I can't make a difference, or maybe I'll send a donation, but who knows where it goes? And I'm not like a lobbyist or a high-powered person like that. Best thing about local government is you absolutely can have an enormous influence. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. The simplest way, be engaged, get information, talk to your family and friends about who you're thinking about voting for and what's important to you. In terms of helping out the campaign, come knock doors with me. People are very intimidated by that. It's a lot of fun. People are terrific. You really don't get doors slammed in your face. You might hear things that aren't very complimentary to you, but well, no, I shouldn't say never, but 99 times out of 100, there's no animus. It's folks that really have a perspective that they think you're not getting. You got to listen to them. Again, you won't always agree, but that's okay. You can make phone calls. You can stand up with a sign. All those things are tremendously helpful to me. And we're here at the fabulous Papagino's, which is my campaign headquarters. It really is as simple as sending an email to paul@paulbrodeur.com or just coming by the headquarters. We'll put you to work.
Okay, excellent, super. And website?
paulbrodeur.com.
Okay.
Keep it simple.
All right,
Keep
I like
simple.
it. I like it. Excellent. Hey, Paul.
Thank you, Bill.
Really appreciate it.
My
Thanks.
pleasure.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
folks.